Welcome. Invega Sustanon. Last time I taken it is February 15th, 2015. And recovery? Well, it took COVID before I started losing weight, so you can figure that out. I was almost 270 on the medication, and now I am at 192. Still have obesity of about 24% according to my Renfrew app off my phone, and still need to lose about 15% of body fat. Still unable to run and breathe properly or do any physical activity, as exhausting myself in a run over 3 kilometers or even 5 steps. If I got in a physical confrontation and was unable to breathe, I would have to stand there and basically get my ass kicked by somebody if somebody wanted to be physically demanding, like punch me, kick me, or assault me in any way, or try to detain me. I don't have that physical strength. Once in a while, I can still pick up a dumbbell, do a light set, but injuries haven't healed on the shoulder, which in 2013, the RCMP throwing me down to the ground without asking me to put my arms behind my back, tore my rotator cuff on my left side, and it's still painful to lift like this on my shoulder. I'm on my phone right now. I'm not doing it on my computer. And I'm looking at the Invega page right there as well. And I'm reading some notes on there as well. Recovery. This Dr. Mubi Ali, verified doctor. Unfortunately, he says you're supposed to get, after 140 days, you're supposed to see reversal. No, there is no reversal. Once you're assaulted in any way, you're assaulted. So you can't recover. You can't increase your natural hormones once they're taken away from you. You can take a injection, which is controlled substance after that, and now you're trafficked by the medical industry, whether you can and cannot have it or afford to have it. So it's trafficking. And like I said, the teeth, from a lack of natural hormones in your body called testosterone, allowing bone density, your teeth start breaking off even quicker. So I got a half a tooth and a half a tooth, and because of I couldn't see a doctor, scared to, I finally went and got some new glasses. As you see, I got some new Nike ones. There were 300 something dollars for the lenses and the glasses. Or were they? No, they're a little more than that. Yeah, 400 bucks, 120 for the lenses and 250 for the frames. My migraines have gone away from having scratches all over my old set to these ones, so lesser headaches other than the teeth when I have coffee or eat some, because the roots are exposed on these two teeth and whatnot. And as you know, I have no wisdom teeth and molars because I'd have them out because of teeth decay as well, due to the fact of lack of hormones as well, and not being able to see a dentist for the duration of Health Review Board of British Columbia, and not finding a lawyer who looks after people being insulted by the health board. So everything they say that they did nothing wrong. Well, they're not a court system and haven't had it done either. Invega was a complete assault to the world, as everybody knows. If you haven't subscribed or joined the thing on Facebook, do so. Links in most of my videos. Check it out. Ask I Patient as well. A Patient will tell you other people with side effects in written form and whatnot. I'm not an actor. I don't try to portray falsehoods or false newses. That it is harmful. I have been harmed by it. Brain patterns, not able to run, sexual desires probably down, drive of life, no motivation. And when you can't do stuff you don't want to do, your life just gets depressed and you can't fix it, right? So that's all I can tell. Updated life said. So if you got sore eyes, you're stressed out all day long, remember, get a new pair of glasses. Do something you can in life, because if you can't do what you love to do in life, well, boom. Living in poverty for social services and my slavery talk, anything that controls your life, even a substance called money. You were controlled by hourly wages. Everybody knows on top of life, it's inadequate, any minimum wage. We have the living wage program around the world. Everybody wants living wages, but it doesn't work either. Every time minimum wage goes up, prices go up. Since graduation, for example, it was $7 an hour for minimum wage. Now it's like 16 bucks almost. And it was 565 for a one bedroom. That same one bedroom here in the Comox Valley is about 2,000 now. So you can figure it out that it doesn't balance it out. And our parents, what did they do? They made $3 an hour minimum wage if they didn't have an education of college, and they had $200 a month for a mortgage on a house, a three-bedroom bungalow. So, and that's coming from journeymans, my uncle, my dad, my mom and dad. They had better life because why? They could make better money, and there was more jobs in nursing, in cooking, and all that kind of stuff before. Now there's lesser jobs because the population of new immigrants in the last 35 years in Canada is quadrupled compared to their time frames, right? So we can't blame it on new immigrants or anything like that because they want to get out of their areas because they don't like where they live. It's your human rights to move and travel and find a better livelihood. But the problem is we have to, just like family violence, feed our family, our Canadians, and make sure they have jobs that are adequate to live in society as well and have their necessities of life first. And basically the way it is. And you look at foreign aid of Canada, it's something like $8 billion go around the world all the time. You can check that out yourself. It's all on web pages. You can check it out. I've posted it many, many times. And CBC already says we have a problem with this country and human rights of inadequate wages or monies for people on disability or social services to survive. You can never get a re-education unless you have a woman and with child and whatnot, and that's the only reason why. And as I know from my cousins, from addiction problems or no addiction problems with a couple, they are women with kids. They lost their kids to social services in Alberta, and one would have lost their kids in Saskatchewan if uncle didn't want to take care of the child. And thank God for my uncle doing that, right? So that's the problem with people who are forced to live on social services. And yeah, they seem to kick the crap out of Canadian citizens after so many years of living in Canada. And our biggest ridicule is parents. They don't ever think their kids try hard enough in life and they don't realize it. And we can't blame Christianity either because why? We don't live by Christianity rules anymore. You follow a church and they make sure you have a job, and your church was like the mayor of the city, right? Basically, in the ancient days. It's not the way the world works anymore. But Invega, still no real good recovery. Like I said, reading off the Invega page on a daily basis, looking at new people trying to get in. If you're not going to answer both questions, can't help you on that as well. I have to have both things answered, that you being harmed by it and you do not work for a medical practice or have ever. I don't need somebody saying, oh, it's good, 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 good treatment because you think it's good because you get a job. You might have some input, but nobody wants to be assaulted anymore by doctors and nurses or medical systems. And that's what this is. It's a blockage. In the beginning, the people asked for one thing, to stop that so nobody else can see it but people in the group. So we closed it so it wasn't seen by outside parties. Fair enough, because they don't want doctors reading something they put in there as well. Because they can't commit fraud either. So, yeah. Huh. What to do, what to do, what to do. I don't think there's any detoxing in it either. That's what I'm reading right now on a page by this Jane and whatnot. But I really don't enjoy life anymore. I'm stuck playing video games, reading my page there, trying to keep up to date, trying to calm people down that have families and kids to feed and they take 10 shots and they're completely devastated. I'm still devastated by it. And since, what was it, 1999, I haven't worked. I haven't found a job other than bottle picking, which gave me extra money. And I'm not crazy for going out and picking bottles, saving chump change that I didn't spend on food, to do stuff as buy a computer, to look for a better livelihood in another city, buy a vehicle, because our newspapers have nothing in it. You go to our newspapers in this city, which we had the Green Sheet and the Record at one time, and here's an example. I'm going to switch camera angles if I can, and nope, I don't know how to, so I'm just going to turn the phone, and there is no classifieds in the back of it. Happy thoughts, legal notices, carpenter for sale, garage sales, personals, obituaries. Oh, Mr. Leung passed away. Man, he had one of the first food stores in the island. Wow, hey? And you look at the long and short of it, there's no jobs, no cars, no nothing. And if you need that kind of stuff, you have to have Facebook on a computer or on a phone, and on a phone, it's too hard to deal with. And that's right. In the Comox Valley today, we have rain, rain, and rain. Oh yeah, there it is right there. And here. And there's our beautiful view we're losing as well. You can see the last bit of the buildings going up over there, and the edge of the building from the light brown to the gray, and the two trees. We'll have the two-tree view of the mountains, and that's all we'll have after that. So it'll be interesting, and we'll have to see what happens in the next little while in the Comox Valley and around here as well. I'm going to be playing a little bit of Escape from Tarkov a little later on, just to pass some time. I'm not the best player. I'm Joe Average. I just play video games to pass by time on Twitch and sometimes on YouTube, but I haven't done that for a while. That's where I started out and whatnot. So if you're having any problem with Invega, being assaulted by social services, and them treating you with disrespect, degrading your life anymore, which you can't find a new bed, clothing, so you can get a job to fit into society, that's a violation of human rights and degradation. Talk to a human rights commission or tribunal in your area, because you need education to get out of it, or you're on a workplace and you can't get in there because you're poor and impoverished, or they want to look down to you and not treat you as a human being as well. Because why? When you're stereotyped and labeled with a label, it's not fun anymore, because everybody says they have to pussyfoot around you or walk around like broken glass all the time, and be careful what they say. The problem is the people who talk like that, they're not willing to treat you as a human being because they think they're gods or higher than you, like my dad, Mr. Bame, does, or Mr. Lai does, and my mom, Mrs. Lai, or Ann. That's bad bedside manner. If you're a doctor or nurse, you don't want to talk to somebody with respect. If you're always looking down to somebody, then you're not treating somebody with human being. Because when push comes to shove, if your entitlement of rank in a military or a police force or a school system or in society, and we're in apocalypse, you're just a person walking around. That's right, a person. And yeah, you might have a job of authority like everybody else, working on a till, making sure you don't steal it or somebody else steals it. Good public relations, always talking to somebody, making sure food's safe, or a criminal code, not breaking the law, or making sure you're building something to code, then, or ethics, making sure you're treating people with respect. We all have to deal with some type of human dignity and respect to others, not looking down. And if you're a parent, you talk to a kid as a person rather than baby talk all the time, they're going to develop and talk better than a normal person, because you're respecting them and talking to them as a human being, right? And treating them as a human being. At 0 to 12 years old, they can't run as fast as you. They can't think as good as you, because they don't have the common sense you have, because you're what? 15, 20 years older than them if you're the parent. So you can't expect them to know anything. Even at 19, I'm 51 and I'm still learning stuff on a daily basis because I don't know it. Common sense is only learned, it's not given to you. It doesn't just pop in your head. And good positive thinking, hey, if we're all in likeness of God, if you want to get into Christianity, well, it doesn't work either, does it? I don't go to church for one reason. It never helped me as a child either to better my life. My mom's not a Catholic though, and my dad was. I think that's the majorest problem. That's my birth father. My stepdad, I don't know what denomination of religious faculty he would be from either, but oh well. What else to say? Hope everybody's doing good. If you're having eye strain, your headaches, get your eyes tested right away because seriously, it made a big difference to me. And like I said, Invega's kicked the crap out of me. Hormone levels for a man, and I'm losing my teeth over it. Probably have dentures within the next 5 years because all my teeth are pretty much gone, other than the bottom ones. And if a dentist over cleans it and says it's tartar and takes out the enamel and chips your tooth, you're fucked too. Because look at a veneer or capping a tooth. That's like $1,500. No insurance covers. That's one tooth. Your whole insurance goes out the tube for a 2 year 2 year thing, and no bank will give you a friggin' loan so you can get your teeth fixed because they can't get their money back. Yeah, just like loaning or co-signing or anything like that, you have to have some type of asset against it, don't you? So, if you're having harm from Invega, remember check out the Vega site on YouTube, on the YouTube, which we're on right now, or Facebook. Don't be afraid to speak up on what do you call it? I'm trying to switch it over here. There we go, right here. There's a group. We got 218 members about. Got all kinds of people. Leave little notes all the time. Okay. Everybody's being assaulted by it. We try not to put any nurses or doctors in there and deal with harm that's being done to people. We try to keep it cool. Everybody's pretty respectable. Gives their information. They're all wondering how to reverse it. From men and women, with and without kids, to family members, working class people, and whatnot. I'm not an actor, and I hope nobody else is an actor in there intending to harm somebody and whatnot. We don't need bad bedside manner of doctors and nurses or parents being ignorant. Check out family violence. Check out your criminal code books, your ethics, and whatnot as well. And that's all we can do. I'll update it every once in a while. Like I said, migraines are gone slightly because of glasses. And those are 10-year-old glasses I had, so makes a big difference. Next is my teeth to get fixed and work on a new PC because this one's getting old. As you know, my dad Dave would say, once you buy a piece of electronics, it's garbage because the second it's on the market, there's a new one already out. Just like the next generation of running shoes. There's a new color and a new stage every year. A retail store buys them for $50 and sells them for $150. For what reason as well? To pay for their lights, the rent on their building, and their labor costs. That's why everything costs much. It's not supply and demand, it's the retail world. Even online, we used to find factory direct, and we don't have factory direct anymore. Thanks for dropping by if you did. Check out the Facebook page on Invega. Some other videos have it in the description for the link. This one won't until later on when I'm on my PC to do so. And that's all I can say. No real recovery for endurance and such as cardiovascular and hormone levels on Invega. It's been completely devastating since 2013. I wish I could have something positive to say about the medication, but there isn't. It's a devastation of life, a degradation of life, which is a human right violation. Check out the cchr.org and any human rights thing about it. Till the next time, I'm Ross Lai, or Ross Jason Boehm Lai, here on YouTube. Check out my Facebook if you want to join the group, if you had any problems and want to talk to other people pretty much live with text that's being harmed by it. There's Ask I Patient or A Patient that you can type in there, but nobody ever talks to people. But But there's 100 or 281 members on Facebook that will talk to you, tell you what they're going through, and it's nice to know you're not the only one out there that's being assaulted. I expected there'd be more people than 181 people. There's other pages out there, but I think it's maybe because I've added those two questions right off the bat, but not because they're pretty simple questions. Thanks again for dropping by. Much appreciated. And I'll be back on live every once in a while, and I'm actually going to pop it up on my YouTube once in a while and do it with my actual camera, not off my phone. I just figured this would be the quickest and easiest way to do it. Thanks for bopping by, like I said. Bye for now. Hey, how do I do this?